Hey, what's up everyone? So I've been meaning to do an update video on my car since I last uploaded a video a while back, and I think that was my interior video. That was like 2-3 years ago, I think. But I guess I just wanted to give a quick update over the whole car since I've been doing this quest to get 500 horsepower out of the motor by redoing it, and you'll see it here in a second. But I guess I'll start with the aesthetics that I just did. So the car is plasti dipped in a carbon red, and it's a real pretty color in the sun. I wish they kind of see it a little bit. But my wife also has a decal machine, and we embossed this kind of like a mini demon underneath the dip, so it'll kind of keeps that sleeper look to it. I know it doesn't look much like a sleeper now, but at least it's still an Omni, so people might be like, "Ah, it's a piece of shit." But the idea of it, the project name for this car is Project Hellion. So there's the Hellcat, and then there's the Dodge Demon. I wanted this to be, half a demon, so I went with Hellion, which is, a little demon. So yeah, it's plastic dipped in carbon red. It's sitting on 16s, and there are XXR 521s wrapped in Toyota Proxy R888Rs. And then I threw some tire paint on there because I think it looks nice. Sticking out the side here is it's 4-inch exhaust all the way up to the turbo, so I can get exhaust in and out as fast as possible. Interior is kind of a mess since I still got a bunch of parts in there, and it hasn't been wired yet, so that's basically a bunch of old wiring and stuff on there. The brake pedal kind of sticks out a little far, so does the clutch. Those need to be adjusted. The brake pedal sticks out so far because I have a Mazda Miata brake booster in here that I had to modify to fit, but it fit pretty well. I got my battery relocation kit ready to be installed. Here in the hatch, you can see down there. Hey, it's me. That's the water to air ice tank. Water to air intercooler ice tank. That I installed a water to air intercooler in here, so it's going to get extra cold air going to it. On the front here, you can kind of see down there in the bottom. Oh, piece of fuzz. See down there, that's the heat exchanger for the intercooler. It's not the intercooler itself, it's just cold water passes through it. And then when I get down, you can see there's the Honda Civic radiator, and then there's my custom airbox. It's basically a ram airbox, and I have a funnel that goes there, and it goes straight to the turbo. And then of course my Chevy S10 air dam on the front that I put on there helped me pick up a little bit of mile an hour on the track. On the back end, here soon I'm going to build a diffuser so I can get air in and out of the bottom of the car pretty fast, and hopefully pick up some more mile an hour on the track. So all right, now for the hood. And I added these arrow catch release hood release pins as well. Kind of a pain in the ass to hook up, but not super bad. Come on, there we go. All right, let me pause this real quick. There we go. And that's the motor. So I did this all myself. Not the motor inside. That was all done by Cindy at Front Wheel Drive Performance in Houston, Texas. But everything else, the idea came from me, and I wanted to relocate the turbo. The turbo header was built by a guy here in town. He's a real good dude. Built a Sidewinder header for me. I relocated the whole set over the transmission, and I built the intercooler pipes, I had to build some custom mounts for the fuel rail because the fuel rail kind of stuck up. But those are 1700cc injectors ready for E85. I got my Aeromotive fuel rate regulator mounted this shock tower, and then it goes to a Continental ethanol sensor. So I am going to be running E85 on here. I built a custom coil unplug mount, and you can see right there the distributor is kind of bare, but I'm only using the distributor as a basically a camshaft pickup sensor. Then I got my crankshaft position sensor mounted down there with a 36 -1 wheel. Then I kind of tucked my blow-off valve on the bottom, and then you can see down there in the gold, that's the water to air intercooler. Then I got my catch can way over there, and these are -10 lines going from the valve cover. And then under here, what I did is I got some coilovers that are from a 1992 Subaru Impreza. I had to modify those to fit, and they actually work pretty well. I have like 4 inches up and down that I can play with. That's what she said. But yeah, this air box that I built, this was the first thing I ever welded together with my TIG welder, which was pretty fun to experiment with. But it goes directly from here straight into the turbo. So when I'm going down the road, it's basically getting a ram air effect, especially when I got that funnel on here. Hopefully pick up a little bit more power on that end. Everything on the exhaust side is wrapped, so I'm trying to keep heat as low as possible throughout the engine bay. I have the brake master cylinders got heat reflective tape on there, so it's this stuff is good for 800 degree ambient, or I'm sorry, not ambient temp, but constant, and I think it's like 2000 degrees or something like that for ambient temperatures that it protects. So it's pretty good. And then these are LS2 coils, and then I have down there, if you can see it, I got my oil filter relocate kit. So the oil filter's way down there, so it's easy to get to. What else did I do with this thing? Inside the transmission, the stock clutch, or I'm sorry, the spec clutch that used to be in here is gone, and now I have an ACT clutch, actually an ACT pressure plate and flywheel, and then the clutch is a custom 4-puck unsprung clutch from ClutchNet that I had special made for me. And I know some of y'all might have noticed I have a Bluetooth radiator fan. It's pretty sweet. Well, no, serious, it's actually sitting over there on the tailgate of my truck. But yeah, let me see if I can get the header back there. You guys can see that. It's going to be a 10-minute video. Oh, here's my phone. But yeah, there's the header. That is the wastegate dump going all the way down, and then my 4-inch exhaust downpipe down there as well. So it's getting there. You know, the only thing left I really have to do is throw the Mega Squirt on here, start tuning, and clean up the interior a little bit, and see where we go. Stepped on a pine cone. Am I forgetting anything? In the tank is a Walbro 450 fuel pump. So really hoping I can get 500 horsepower out of this thing. That's probably the max that I'm ever going to run, solely because 500 horsepower on these little 2.2s is teetering on the explodey part. So 500 horsepower is probably going to be my max, and then I'll just turn it down to, you know, a conservative 350 like it was before, and then 500 horsepower will be my kill mode. But I'm super happy the way that this whole thing turned out. I had a vision, and I'm glad I stuck this all the way through to where now, because I had a lot of people tell me that I couldn't do this, it's not possible, and it was basically stupid. So I'm glad I went with this. So yeah, there's your 10-minute update. So thanks for watching.